Welcome back to the Plug-in Report, where we break down the biggest shifts happening in the world of electric vehicles and automotive technology. In today's video, we're diving into one of the most transformative innovations of our generation, full self-driving. What it actually is, where Tesla and other manufacturers stand today, and how it could completely reshape the way we use our cars. We'll also look at the big questions everyone is asking. Will full self-driving actually make our roads safer? Can it reduce the rising number of fatal crashes? Could it finally solve the problems of distracted driving and drinking and driving once and for all? This is going to be a deep dive, so settle in, and let's break it all down. Right now, the term full self-driving means very different things depending on the manufacturer. Tesla calls its system full self-driving supervised. That means the software can handle lane changes, react to traffic lights, navigate city streets, and generally take over a huge portion of the driving workload. But the driver still has to stay alert and ready to take over. It's not fully autonomous yet, even if it feels close. Tesla has released new safety data showing that vehicles using autopilot or full self-driving go millions of miles between crashes. Meanwhile, the average human driver in the United States goes hundreds of thousands of miles before a crash. Tesla's data is self-reported, so it isn't perfect, but it does suggest that combining human supervision with advanced driver assist technology is already safer than humans driving alone. But while Tesla's system is the most widely available self-driving tech on the consumer market, companies like Waymo are actually closer to the true autonomous dream. Waymo vehicles in parts of Phoenix, Los Angeles, San Francisco, and other test markets are operating without a human driver at all. No steering wheel input, no safety driver in the front. These robotaxis have logged tens of millions of fully driverless miles, and third-party insurance studies show that Waymo vehicles have dramatically lower crash rates than human drivers. General Motors is taking a different approach. After major setbacks and safety concerns with their Cruise robotaxi division, GM is shifting toward more advanced driver assistance in personal vehicles. Super Cruise and the upcoming Ultra. Cruise will bring hands-off driving to more consumers but still rely on human supervision. Meanwhile, Mercedes, BMW, and other manufacturers are releasing systems that can take over in certain specific situations, but none are widely available at the fully autonomous level. So in 2025, the reality is simple. Most of what we call self-driving is actually advanced driver assistance that still depends on humans paying attention. The technology is improving fast, but we're not quite at the point where you can take a nap while the car does everything for you. At least, not yet. When full self-driving finally becomes mainstream, everyday driving will feel completely different. For millions of people, the daily commute could become usable time instead of wasted time. Instead of inching forward in traffic, you could answer emails, watch a show, or relax while the car takes over completely. Parking would also change. You could be dropped right at the front door and your car would go park itself, or a robotaxi would simply drive away after letting you out. In dense cities, many people may choose not to own a car at all. They may rely entirely on on-demand autonomous rides the same way we rely on Uber today. Another major change will be traffic flow. Most traffic jams are caused by human behavior. People braking too hard, accelerating too slowly, rubbernecking at crashes, or simply not paying attention. Self-driving vehicles don't do any of that. They maintain consistent speed, react instantly, and communicate with their surroundings. At scale, this could drastically reduce phantom traffic jams and increase the number of vehicles a city's road system can handle. Full self-driving also brings something that doesn't get talked about enough: accessibility. People who can't drive today, whether because of age, disability, or physical limitations, could suddenly have full independent mobility. For many people, self-driving cars could mean freedom. One of the biggest motivations behind full self-driving is safety. Human drivers make mistakes, and those mistakes are often deadly. Globally, road traffic kills more than 1 million people every single year. In the United States alone, thousands of lives are lost every year because of speeding, distraction, and impairment. When we look at the data from autonomous systems already on the road, the results are encouraging. Waymo's robotaxis show huge reductions in serious crashes when compared to human drivers. Tesla's autopilot and full self-driving report far fewer crashes per mile than the national average. These systems don't get tired, they don't get emotional, they don't look down at their phones, they react faster than any human could. But can full self-driving actually fix the rising trend of fatal car accidents? The honest answer is that it won't happen instantly, and it won't happen without challenges. Self-driving systems need to get better at handling unusual situations, like construction zones, severe weather, or unpredictable human behavior. Regulators need to set clear rules, and most importantly, the transition period will be messy. For many years we'll have a mix of human-driven cars and autonomous cars sharing the same roads, but when autonomous systems reach widespread adoption and become significantly safer per mile than human drivers, the result could be the biggest decline in road fatalities since the invention of seatbelts. If computers can eventually drive 5 to 10 times safer than humans, we could save tens of thousands of lives every single year. One of the hardest problems to solve in road safety is distracted driving. Phones have become one of the deadliest distractions on the road. Even though laws and penalties are getting harsher, people still continue to text, scroll, and watch videos while driving. This is where self-driving gets complicated. Systems like Tesla's full self-driving supervised require the driver to pay attention. But the more the car does for you, the more likely some people are to zone out or focus on their phone. This creates a dangerous mismatch. The car is doing most of the work, but still expects the driver to jump in instantly when something unexpected happens. This is one of the biggest challenges for semi-autonomous systems. Humans are not good at switching from low attention to high attention with no warning. That's why driver monitoring systems are becoming more strict. Cars now check your eyes, head position, and sometimes even your facial expressions to make sure you're paying attention. But in a world where full self-driving reaches levels 4 or 5, where the car can actually drive itself without human supervision, the phone problem disappears. If the car is truly driving, you can safely use your phone as if you're sitting in the back seat. The concept of distracted driving doesn't exist if the human is no longer responsible for driving. To get to that point though, the technology needs to be reliable enough to remove the human from the loop completely. Now let's talk about another major cause of fatal crashes: drunk driving. Alcohol continues to be responsible for a massive portion of road deaths every year, and despite campaigns, penalties, and awareness, the problem hasn't gone away. Self-driving has the potential to dramatically reduce drunk driving, but it won't eliminate it instantly. There are two big ways this technology can help. The first is robotaxis. If fully autonomous rides become cheap and widely available, they could become the default option for getting home after drinking. Instead of choosing between driving drunk or calling a cab, people will be able to summon a self-driving vehicle that is safe every single time. Bars, stadiums, and events could integrate one-click ride systems that make it effortless to get home without driving yourself. The second is automated impairment detection. Even before we reach full autonomy, vehicles are starting to use sensors to detect erratic driving behavior, loss of focus, or even alcohol levels in the cabin. As these systems improve, personal vehicles may eventually refuse to engage manual driving if the driver is intoxicated. The car may only allow a fully autonomous mode in those situations. That said, people will still own older cars for decades. Some will try to bypass safety systems. Policy and cultural change will still matter. Self-driving won't erase drunk driving overnight, but paired with strong enforcement and convenient alternatives, it could eventually cut the number of alcohol-related crashes dramatically. Full self-driving is not just another feature, it's a full transformation of what it means to move around. It could reshape daily life, reduce frustration, open new opportunities, and most importantly, make our roads far safer. But the journey is complex. We aren't fully autonomous yet. There are regulatory hurdles, technological challenges, and human behavior that still stands in the way. What we do know is this: the potential upside is massive, and as companies like Tesla, Waymo, Mercedes, GM, and others push this technology forward, the next decade could be the most important decade in transportation since the invention of the car itself. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the Plug-in Report for more EV and tech deep dives, and let me know in the comments. Do you trust self-driving technology, and do you think it will make our roads safer, or do we still have a long way to go? Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.